Every morning, at exactly 7:30, an old woman named Gogo Thandi walked slowly to the same park bench. She was 76 years old, her steps careful, her hands holding a small paper bag. Inside the bag was always the same thing, a loaf of bread. People in the neighborhood noticed her routine. Day after day, rain or sunshine, Gogo Thandi would sit on that same bench and gently tear pieces of bread. She would scatter the crumbs across the grass. Within seconds, birds would gather around her feet, chirping happily as they pecked at the crumbs. Sometimes she smiled at them, sometimes she whispered softly to them, as if she was speaking to old friends. One morning, a young boy walking to school stopped to watch her. He had seen her many times before, but that day he noticed something strange. Every morning she fed the birds, but she never ate the bread herself. Curious, the boy finally walked up to her. "Gogo," he asked politely, "why don't you eat the bread too?" The old woman smiled gently. Her eyes were warm, but carried a quiet sadness. "My husband and I used to sit here every morning," she said softly. "We would bring bread and feed the birds together before going home for breakfast." She paused for a moment. "He passed away 3 years ago." The boy looked down at the crumbs scattered across the grass. "So, why do you still come here?" he asked quietly. Gogo Thandi looked at the birds hopping around the bench. Then she smiled again. "Because," she said softly, "love doesn't end when someone leaves. It just learns a new way to stay." The boy stood there silently for a moment. The next morning, when Gogo Thandi arrived at the bench, she noticed something different. A small paper bag sat beside her usual spot. Inside it was another loaf of bread and a note written in a child's handwriting. "For you and the birds, so you're not alone." Gogo Thandi held the note close to her heart, and for the first time in a long while, she realized something beautiful. Sometimes, kindness arrives exactly when the heart needs it most. Sometimes the smallest acts of kindness can remind someone that they are still seen and still loved. If this story touched your heart, I'd love to share more stories like this with you. Please like, share, and subscribe so more people can see these moments of kindness.